What do you get when you mix aliens, mutants, robots, and humans with a spaghetti western setting and wrap it all up in a fresh comic style? Well, you get the newest title from Blue-ManChu Studios, Wild Bastards. With a unique mix of strategy and FPS combat, there are many ways to take on the galaxy's worst it has to offer. With grit, determination, a hard-headed ship, and God willing a few cans of beans, you and your posse may just be able to make it to Homestead. Before we get ahead of ourselves, let's take a look at some of what this tactical FPS has to offer.
These infants are helpless.
We begin our story on board the Drifter, a sentient system-jumping spaceship. All but 2 of our intrepid outlaws have been hunted down. Luckily, the Drifter has a plan. Hunt down the helixes left behind by your slain compatriots. Use these helixes to resurrect your fallen allies and find the mythical Homestead, a place where all beings can live together in peace. This won't be an easy task, however, as Chase and his children will stop at nothing to cleanse all non-humans from the galaxy. So, just how will you complete this insurmountable task? Just like any other conflict, managing resources, managing relationships, strategically moving around ever-changing maps, and of course, a large dose of gunfighting and explosives.
You pull some fast and loose shit down there, pal. Feel real safe with that dome you wear cracked, and you start flopping around like a fish out of water.
Let me check my threat detection meter, Judge. Oh, look, it's reading 0.
At its core, Wild Bastards looks like a typical strategy game. You start out on a map of the system you're in, set your path, then pass through several locations to pick up resources towards your goal. Each node can be on a planet or an event. If it's an event, you resolve the event and move on. Pretty straightforward. If it's a planet, however, to move on you need to destroy a beam jammer on the planet's surface. This requires you to jump to the planet's surface and proceed through several showdowns with hired guns in order to reach your goal. While you can just sprint towards the end, you're an outlaw, and what outlaw is worth their salt to pass up an opportunity for some ill-gotten loot? Each planet has opportunities to get items from aces to level up your outlaws to beans to repair relationships. You don't have unlimited time though, as Chase and his family are constantly hunting you down, and the longer you stay in one place, the more dangerous that planet becomes. You must decide if that last piece of loot is really worth dying for. Luckily for you, in your ever-growing fight, you have plenty of weapons and skills in your arsenal. From the up-close personal fighting style of a lizard with an electric lasso, to the last thing you see being the glint of a robotic sniper with a 50 cal. Weapons are only one part of the puzzle here though, as each member of your group has special skills known as stunts. From igniting enemies surrounding you to outright killing a random enemy, these stunts can turn an unfavorable situation into a winnable fight in moments when used correctly. I will say sometimes the gameplay can be a bit stiff and jarring in the moment-to-moment gameplay, especially when going up or down ladders that just teleport you to the top or bottom. When compared to modern-day FPS experiences, this title can feel very strange, but within the system Blue-ManChu has created, works perfectly fine. Now, you can't take every outlaw on every mission, so you may be wondering, who should I take? Well, with the help of the Drifter, you are able to preview what enemies and statuses you will run into in each location. Storms that strike you if you stand too still? Better bring someone mobile like Hopalong. What about swarms of coyotes that try to overwhelm and flank? Well, then Preach and her minigun can make short work of them. With 13 unique outlaws to choose from, there's no shortages of ways to adapt and win. As you proceed through the various systems and locations, you will grow in number and power by picking up aces. These aces allow you to level up a character each time you grab one. Once you get back to the Drifter with an ace, it'll present you with 3 choices that will grant a permanent buff to a single random outlaw. The more aces you collect, the more powerful the hand that holds them. Life is hard on the run, and like with any group, tensions rise and bonds will strengthen and falter over time. As you go throughout the galaxy, arguments can cause certain outlaws to disagree, causing feuds that make you unable to send certain people down together.
I'm performing a deep scan. Results are, turns out, y'all are idiots. Letting yourselves be drug around by this bipedal insect in her ambulatory slot machine.
This adds another layer to the decision of who should send to the surface and what talents are worth the most to you. Don't worry though, as a stronger relationship is only a meal away, as beans will allow you to settle a feud or even build friendships. Wild Bastards offers a unique blend of tactical resource management and strategic FPS action. Though feeling a bit stiff at times, it has a fun gameplay loop with a story that's involved enough to be interesting, but not so heavy as to draw away from the gameplay that truly makes this title shine. With plenty of combat, mechanics, characters, and systems to sink your teeth into, Blue-ManChu has created a title that doesn't quite fit in any one place, but is certain to find a niche where it'll settle nicely. I give Wild Bastards a 7 out of 10. For Hardwired, I'm Alex Richardson. Thanks for watching.